It is Tuesday, February 21st, 2017, and this is your official Smackdown Live review for said date. This is the... there's nothing significant about this Smackdown. It's just a Smackdown. Obviously, there's fallout from what happened at the end of last week's episode, which we will get to that. And I'm here to give you my analysis and review of the show as a whole. Why make you watch an hour review for a 2-hour show? I mean, that's why do that? I'm here to give you a quick, concise video, so that way you know what I think, and we all know what other people think, and all that other bullshit. So I'm here to give you my opinion. Do you value my opinion? Well, if you watch the videos and you like them and you subscribe to them, then apparently you like something. If you don't, then you'll just move on like everyone else does. So we're going to give you that review. We're going to go over everything. Before we get into that, make sure, like I said, subscribe to the channel if you like the content. Make sure to like the video if you like this one. If you want to see my review for Raw from last night, the link to that video is in the description below. Also, we have our brand new series, the Retro Replay for Fable 3. We are on a journey to become the hero of Albion. So make sure to check that video out, which will also be in the description below. Episode 2 will be up later this week, probably on Thursday. We will continue our adventures and learn more of the skills that we need to overthrow our older asshole of a brother. So, without further ado, let's get into SmackDown. Overall, we are seeing a common trend with the brand split now. Usually there's a big pay-per-view, i.e. we had, Battlegrounds ended up being a dual-branded pay-per-view in theory. But the first real dual-branded pay-per-view was SummerSlam, and then we had Survivor Series, and we've had the Royal Rumble. So we've had 3 dual-branded pay-per-views since the brand split. Every time SmackDown has had a pay-per-view, literally 2 weeks after said pay-per-view, and Raw would usually have one about 4 weeks prior to that. So we're definitely seeing the effects of the brand split, and it is blatantly obvious how this happens every single time. When SmackDown has their pay-per-view 2 weeks after the dual-branded pay-per-view, it tends to do better than the dual-branded pay-per-view did prior to that. Let's see, what was No Mercy was after SummerSlam. No Mercy ended up being a hell of a pay-per-view. Then you had TLC, which came up after Survivor Series, which that ended up itself as a badass pay-per-view. And then we just had Elimination Chamber, which came on after the Royal Rumble, which in and of itself was also a badass pay-per-view. But as time has proven and as time has progressed, it has become blatantly obvious. Usually the week, if not the 2 weeks prior to Raw's exclusive pay-per-view, SmackDown seems to just stop. Of course, that didn't happen because certain things happened in this episode that makes it I wouldn't say a must-see episode, but important things did happen in the episode. The feel of the entire episode, minus a couple things, was we can't outdo Raw right now because Raw is about to have a big pay-per-view. So that's how SmackDown felt tonight. It wasn't a bad show, but it was last week was like just above being a middle of the road show. This was middle of the road getting into the bad. I'm not willing to give it bad because there was some good shit in this episode, but everything else that happened was just kind of throwaway and doesn't matter. So we're going to go over it, and I'll explain what was good in the episode, explain what was bad in the episode, and we'll go through it. Obviously, we started a recap of what happened last week. Obviously, everybody knows Orton said he was not going to face Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship, so he basically gave up his Royal Rumble winner's opportunity. So we don't know exactly what's going to happen with that. So I don't see Randy Orton not being in the main event. I'm sorry, I just don't. I don't see this being what a lot of people are thinking, it being a Bray Wyatt versus Luke Harper match. I just don't see that as being their key main event. Is it possible? Yeah, of course it's possible, but I just don't see that being their main event. So we're just gonna have to wait. We'll get to it. We still got like 6 weeks or 5 or whatever the fuck it is. We still got time. We will decipher this as time goes on, but right now I don't trust that to be the main thing. We start off with Dana Bryan coming out. Obviously, the only time there's usually an authority figure involved on SmackDown, I mean, something crucial is going to happen. He comes out and he's followed by Naomi, which I had a worry this was going to happen last week. It did not happen last week. Unfortunately, it happened this week. And she was forced to relinquish her title because she can't defend it within the 30-day limit, which, on a side note for that, it's nice to see that they are using this 30-day rule now, even though they pick and choose when they want to use it and who they use it with. Because when it was Brock Lesnar, they didn't use it. And I'm going to tell you right fucking now, if they put that title on Lesnar and he doesn't defend it every 30 days, and they're going to strip people like Naomi, and they're going to strip Finn Balor, and they're going to strip a whole lot of other people of the belt because they get injured, you cannot tell me that you will not make Brock Lesnar defend his title. I don't give two flying fucks if you put him in a random fucking match and he squashes him in 30 seconds. I really don't care because the Universal title has no goddamn prestige. None. There's no relevance to it. Because just think about this. Owens has not defended that title without Jericho's help yet. Now, mind you, last week he was, is when he did his attack on Jericho, but he didn't have a match that night. He also didn't have a match this week. He won't have a match next week either. And then his first match he's going to have in nearly a month is going to be against Goldberg, and Goldberg's going to squash his ass. He's going to squash his ass. But that's going back into Raw. But anyway, my point is Naomi got stripped of the title. Sucks for her. Seems to be an ongoing thing that these major baby faces that finally get that title belt that they've been longing for so long, and then it's like, well, I'm injured. I guess I'm gonna have to relinquish the title. It's becoming a sad, pathetic series of events. But it is what it is. Of course, they did the exact same thing they did with fucking Finn Balor when he had to relinquish the title. Seth Rollins moseyed out right as he was leaving. He was like, why don't you just hand me my title back? Obviously, things were played out differently this time. Alexia Bliss comes out. She says, I want my title back. Doing her usual heel bitch shit. Dana Bryan says, no, we're not going to do that. You're going to have a viable match. So it's Becky Lynch versus Alexia Bliss for the Women's Championship. This match was nothing special. Nowhere remotely close to their best match that they had, which happened to be, what was it? I believe it was that singles match they had before the TLC match. I can't remember. It wasn't the TLC match, and it wasn't the steel cage match. The steel cage match was okay, but this match was throwaway. It was 100% throwaway. But, like I said, nothing happened here. Alexa Bliss is a 2-time women's champion. She got the belt because Naomi got injured. The only reason they're hot potatoing the title here is because Naomi got injured. So, Alexa Bliss is champion. In the situation going into WrestleMania, normally you would rather have the heel have it so that the face can get it off the heel. I think they were going to end up playing that opposite, at least with the women's title for WrestleMania. But now that didn't happen, so I'm highly expecting Becky Lynch to win at Mania. I could be wrong. We don't know yet. We'll just have to wait and see. But Alexa Bliss is your new women's champion, thanks to Naomi having to relinquish the title. So that is what it is. Then we have Breezango versus American Alpha, another throwaway match. Breezango attacks American Alpha before the match even starts, but eventually, Jordan gets the hot tag to Gable, and they end up doing the electric chair, and and that's it. Breezango lost. The match was throwaway. After the match, the Usos come out through the crowd. They're sitting there running their mouths, talking about how they're going to sit there and they're going to tear up American Alpha, and they're getting real into it. Talking about, when you're going home when you get in your little rental car and go into your hotel room, get in your 2-star hotel and go to sleep, and you feel that thing on the back of your neck. It's not your chills. It's not your nerves. It's us. It's the Usos. So the Usos are really starting to catch some fire. They haven't had this in a long time. They had it when they first turned heel. They're really catching some fire. This match is going to be good. I know it's going to be good because this is the match that we were wanting initially when Slater and Rhino won the titles. So this is definitely going to be a very, very good tag team match because American Alpha has not faced a legitimate tag team at all. Because, I mean, you got Breezango, who's been a unit for a while, but they're not a traditional tag team, nor is Slater and Rhino, nor was the Hype Bros. The only ones you have were the Ascension and the Vaudevillains, and they completely fucked them up. There's no credibility there. The only credible team they can face is the Usos, and, I mean, they're multi-time tag champs. And they've proven to be a functional unit, especially now with their heel gimmick. So this should be a good match. When it happens, I don't know. I would imagine at WrestleMania. But we got 4 or 5 weeks before that. So I could see them having a match before that. But we'll just have to wait and see. Like I said, WrestleMania is going to be 6, 7 fucking hours. So there's plenty of enough time for them to have a tag team title match. So we get another vignette for Black History Month. I'm not going to sit here and complain about it. Because then it's like, oh, well, you're racist. No, I don't really care. But we've seen this same vignette for Jackie Robinson once already. I don't know if I saw it on Raw or SmackDown. It doesn't really matter, but I know I've seen it once already. He's not the only influential black person to ever exist. There's more, and I know there is. But beyond that, I'm pretty sure I've only seen these on SmackDown, and I'm pretty sure I haven't seen them on Raw. I could be wrong. I really could be, but I honestly don't think I've seen them on Raw because you got to figure, you got David Otunga who's on SmackDown's commentary team, and obviously he's black, whereas if you go to Raw, there's no African-American commentary teams. I mean, you got JoJo who does the ring announcing, but there's no black people in that set, basically, in that group of people. So, I mean, it would look kind of weird if you have Michael Cole sit here and like, oh yeah, we're going to talk about Black History Month now. It's like, you're not black. It just sounds weird. So, I honestly don't think it's been on Raw, so I don't know, because it's like the same idea with Latin History Month. It's like, we care. We're worried about this. I'm fine and dandy. I think the thing that irritated me more was that I've seen the same vignette already. And you would think you're only doing this 4 times a year. You can't come up with 4 different fucking people every year. Really? I'm just asking. It's not a racist thing. It's just seriously, laziness thing right there. Next we have the match that I was expecting to be the match of the night. Ended up being the match of the night. If you think otherwise, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you, but this ended up being the match of the night, even though it wasn't the main event, even though it had the potential of being the main event. And, I mean, you gotta figure, based on last week's, you had the 10-man Battle Royal to be the number 1 contender for the WWE Championship. How can that not be the main event? But this match ended up being a match of the night, because this match did exactly as I figured it was going to do. It was barely in the ring. It started in the ring. It did not finish in the ring. Pretty much the entire match took place outside of the ring. The only time they were in the ring was at the very beginning and during the commercial break. That is a Falls Count Anywhere match. That is how it's supposed to work. I've seen Falls Count Anywhere matches end in the ring. It's not what it's for. The Falls Count Anywhere matches, you want it to end out in the parking lot. You want it to end up on the stage. You want it to end up in the boiler room. Anywhere. It doesn't matter. Just not in the fucking ring. Otherwise, it's not a Falls Count Anywhere match. That's just a fucking hardcore match. Nikki hit a badass enziguri off the fucking crowd, off of a barricade out in the crowd. Looked violent as hell. Nikki also hit Natalya with a fucking Alabama slam onto the announcer's table that did not break. Remember, an Alabama slam, not a power bomb, because Natalya was attempting to go for a power bomb and didn't get it to work. But then Nikki hit an Alabama slam onto Natalya onto the announcer's table. They kept going backstage around ringside, got kendo sticks involved. Natalya went through a mirror. They were kind of getting thrown around all over the place. Maurice got steamrolled by Nikki backstage. She was walking by, and Natalya ended up throwing her into Maurice, which plays a part in the ending. They end up coming back out onto the stage area, or on the ramp. Natalya tries to put Nikki into the figure 4 lock, and then Nikki ends up reversing that and putting her into the STF. And then Maurice, out of fucking nowhere, comes out and starts beating the shit out of Nikki with a lead pipe, which is actually aluminum, but lead pipe. Started beating the crap out of Nikki, and then, Natalya got the upper hand and got the pin for the win. So Natty wins this match. I believe this is technically the end of the feud because, per rumors have been thrown around, the idea is that it's going to be Nikki and John Cena versus The Miz and Maurice at WrestleMania in a intergender tag team match, which looks like that's possible, especially given what happened during the Battle Royal. And then after that, we had the 10-man Battle Royal. You had Mojo Rawley, Kalisto, Dolph Ziggler, Apollo Crews, The Miz, Baron Corbin, John Cena, Dean Ambrose, Luke Harper, and AJ Styles. Anyway, I'm going to point out the spots, and I'll tell you who got eliminated in what order. One thing that bugs me is Cena managed to hit a double suplex on Ambrose and Styles again, which he's done a couple times now. But he's able to hit a double suplex on Ambrose and Styles, but yet he still, for some reason, can't get Corbin up for an AA. Every time he attempts it, he falls and drops him. I don't get why he's doing that. I'm sure it's just to sell the size of Baron Corbin, but come on. I mean, you're like throwing disbelief both ways. Like, oh, you see the power of John Cena. He gave both men a freaking double suplex. But then it's like, oh man, he can't get Corbin up for the AA. It's like, what? I'm pretty sure AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose weighs more than fucking Baron Corbin. You cannot tell me he could do that, but then not give Baron Corbin an AA. Really? You're trying to suspend disbelief in that? Sorry, it doesn't work. This motherfucker sat here and attempted to give an AA to Big Show and Edge at the same time. Yeah, I mean, he's older, I'm aware of that, but in the same goddamn match, he did that, and he couldn't lift Baron Corbin. What the fuck ever. I'm sorry, I can't believe that one. There was a nice little sequence mid-match. Basically, everybody just kind of went for their signature moves, and then minus the Miz, and then Miz goes and does his usual Daniel Bryan shtick, hits 4 guys in each corner with the drop kick, and then does the yes kicks to Cena in the middle of the ring. Well, let's see. I guess I should go over who got eliminated. Mojo Rawley was the first one eliminated. Then followed by Kalisto, Ziggler, and Crews. So your 4 main mid-carders who really have no business in the main event at all. Maybe eventually, but they're not part of the main event at all. That's your mid-card right now. They all got eliminated first. Miz is right there. He has the capable of being a main eventer, but I don't see him getting into the main event until after Wyatt drops the title. Because he's an effective heel, but I can't see him getting put in the main event until at least after Wyatt loses the belt. So, is it possible? Yes. Is it going to happen? I don't know. 50-50 right now. So, Miz gets eliminated. Then Baron Corbin got eliminated. Excuse me. But Baron Corbin gets eliminated. Then John Cena gets eliminated. It leaves Ambrose, Luke Harper, and AJ Styles. They kind of fight amongst each other for a while. Ambrose gets eliminated. Then we're down to Luke Harper and AJ Styles. Basically, the end of this match just kind of came with them being out on the outside in the corner and kind of fighting with each other. Nobody hit their finisher. There was no discus clothesline. There was no phenomenal forearm or Styles Clash. None of that shit. Match actually ended with both men falling over the top. Well, they were on the corner. They both already previously gone over the top rope, and they're fighting in the corner, and they're trying to suplex each other. Harper was able to pull AJ Styles over, but they both fell off the apron. And, of course, it's like, oh, who won? Oh, it was Luke Harper. Oh, no, it was AJ Styles. Luke Harper was getting some support, I will say that. I was not expecting that one. But then Daniel Bryan comes out, and we're going to have a match next week. Luke Harper versus AJ Styles for the #1 contendership to Bray Wyatt's WWE Championship at WrestleMania. I feel like something's going to happen. Something in the back of my mind was telling me they aren't going to make it Luke Harper versus Bray Wyatt. I know it's new. I know it has potential. But I know Vince and I know Kevin Dunn are not going to let the most prestigious title in WWE be headlined at WrestleMania with Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. Doesn't matter how much story is behind it. There's no fucking way they're going to let that happen. There just isn't. I mean, they've already got Goldberg and Lesnar fucking fighting over the Universal title. Yeah, I know. We're already assuming that Owens is going to lose, which could lead them to give him the win. It's very possible. But it really depends on what happens next week. Really does. If Jericho shows up next week, there's a very good chance that Owens leaves with that title. If Jericho doesn't appear next week, I fully expect Jericho to somehow get involved in that match. So, and I wouldn't be surprised if Jericho's match with Sami Zayn gets canceled. Like, well, Jericho's just not going to be able to compete tonight. And then it's like, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. It's like, and all this other, but we'll worry about that next week. We're going to go, that'll be part of our predictions. But overall, SmackDown was not bad, but it's hovering right there, which it usually does. SmackDown has probably only made 2 actually bad or really bad shows. It sits there right above that, only because every time Raw's about to have a fucking pay-per-view, SmackDown just kind of hits cruise control, because I'm sure there's shit behind the scenes like, no, you guys just calm down, don't do anything, you gotta wait until Raw's ready to get ready for WrestleMania. We've got to build to Fastlane. That's the most important thing right now. So you guys can't be doing all this crazy, insane shit for WrestleMania until after we're done with Fastlane, because we got to build it at the same time. That's what's happening. And SmackDown suffers because of Raw. It's just a fact of life. So, if you didn't see it, don't bother. You didn't miss anything. Only things that happened was, unfortunately, Naomi having this relinquish the title. That you can catch on YouTube if you really want to watch that emotional shit. Nothing else happened. Alexia Bliss is your new women's champion. American Alpha fucking squashed fucking Breezango, and Usos and American Alpha are building towards a match. IC title is not relevant right now, but I'm hoping and praying, because of the way it's being built with Baron Corbin and Dean Ambrose, we're going to have them clash at WrestleMania over the IC title. And I really think Baron Corbin can really bring a different type of prestige to the IC title, because when Dean Ambrose has it, he doesn't do anything with it. Dean Ambrose can do good with the title, he just does nothing with mid-card titles. He never has. He really never has. He looks good with the title. He really does. He just doesn't do anything with it. So, and then, the 10-man match, which is now going to be a one-on-one match next week between Luke Harper and AJ Styles to determine who's going to face Bray Wyatt. We will get into that next week. And like I said, that was your SmackDown review. Nothing happened. Like I said, technically nothing happened. If you didn't watch Elimination Chamber, you didn't know Naomi won, then technically nothing fucking happened. Scratch that. Who gives a shit? Nothing happened. You have a new women's champion. That is it. It's the only major thing that happened. Because you still don't have a #1 contender. So, if you like the review, hit the thumbs up on the below here, down here. If you didn't like, hit the thumbs down. I don't fucking care. Just I need feedback. I can't just keep making videos and then be like, hey, you know, am I doing good? Am I doing bad? You know, I can't tell just on bullshit. You know, you got to get feedback. So if you're watching the video, make sure to like or dislike. Leave your bullshit comments or your compliments or your bitching. It doesn't really matter in the comments below. It's all appreciated. I will read them all because I don't get any. So put them up. I'll read them. I'll fucking comment back. You know, whatever. Who cares? And I will be back I'll be back later this week with the retro replay of episode 2 of Fallout 3, and then we will have a we are going to have a last point. It's coming back finally. We will be having it this weekend. What's the topic? Well, I'm not gonna fucking tell you, because if I told you, then you won't turn in. I'm just kidding. Topic, I will be giving you that during the retro replay. So if you want to know what the last point's going to be about, make sure to watch the retro replay, which will be up on Thursday, and the last point, which will be up Saturday morning for all you fun-loving bastards that don't have anything better to do. So like I said, remember, like, share, and make sure to like the video if you like it. Subscribe to the channel if you like the shit that I'm producing. And, you know, do all the fun things. And I will see you on Thursday for some retro replay, where we continue our quest to become the King of Albion. And I'll talk to you guys then. Peace.